I'm Grant Threlkeld, and this is my case study about environmental issues at school facility. As a summary, I have recently taken over as superintendent of the Sunflower School District. The school has a principal, 37 teachers, counselor, social worker, library media specialist, PE teacher, a music teacher, 5 food service workers, 5 custodians, 3 maintenance personnel, security aide, nurse, register, and 12 instructional aides. At the first day, while I was looking over some state testing numbers, in which the data suggested that over half of the student population is not meeting the standards at the state or national level, there was also a letter from a community member who says that they speak on behalf of the community, voicing their concerns about the building. Some of the concerns were water leaks, birds, and other insects throughout the building. A previous superintendent had a survey done by an outside agency. They found similar concerns. The outside agency also mentioned problems such as the tripping hazard of the carpet. They had also noted that the environmental concerns were not acceptable no matter the level of standard. Staff members have also expressed their concerns about the condition of the building. 75% of the teachers thought that the facilities had an impact on their teaching, and nearly 46% thought that, or gave the facilities a C or worse. So what do I know? This is my first year as the superintendent of the Sunflower School District. That the state assessment data was not good. That the facilities have significant concerns, such as water damage, poor air quality due to birds in the HVAC, poor carpeting, pest infestation. The morale is not good. Classroom teachers do not feel that the classrooms meet the needs of the students or staff, and teachers are starting to have more health concerns, with 25 or 26% reporting that they have experienced some respiratory problems since starting at the school. But on a positive, most teachers, 86%, want to be a part of the solution. The community has expressed their displeasure, that there have been several contentious school board meetings, that the neighborhood surrounding the school is not the best, with drug use and higher levels of violence and crime. And I know that the former superintendent did a climate survey of the school and found similar results to what is being reported. What do I need to know? Number one is, are there plans in the work for the building, either to repair it or to replace the building? What sort of budget would be in place? One of my bigger questions is, how did the building get to this point? Because more than likely this didn't occur just overnight. What was the process for getting repairs done currently? Because it appears as though that system is not working. Are they doing proactive and preventative maintenance? What time of year is this? Because that's going to lead me to things such as, if it's over the summer, I may be looking at trying to have the school housed in a different location, if that's possible, while these repairs are being done, or moving classrooms around. If it's in the winter or the spring, I'm going to be concerned with snowfall or rain and how that may significantly impact. My next question is, does the person who wrote the editorial actually speak for the community, or are they someone that just thinks that they speak for the community? How long has this been a problem? And what resources are available in the community? Are there construction companies that have the ability to do this sort of work? Are there good HVAC? Are there local experts that we could use in order to help bring that community piece in while also helping to repair the school? So what is the problem? Number one is that the building's in disrepair, and it's affecting the students and the staff. A letter to the editor indicates that the community is not happy with the conditions of the school, and teachers are frustrated and have looked at leaving the school or possibly teaching altogether. So, for my proposed action plan, first I'd want to look at the information on the maintenance of the building and see when work has been completed and what may need to be replaced next or repaired. I don't want to start a renovation process and then have something else break because I wasn't paying attention to what was most likely to fail next. Second, I want to look at the resources in the community, as we may need to look at other places to have school while the school is being repaired. I don't want to put students and staff into a position where they're going to be in an unsafe environment while we work at bringing the school back up to its pristine condition. One of the biggest concerns that I have is the roof and the infestation. I want to know where this is coming from and start working on fixing it. If it's coming through the kitchen, if it's coming through the deteriorating windows, then I want to get those fixed as soon as possible. And I don't want to have students in those areas because of the safety concerns. My next concern is the lead paint around the windows, and I want to see how much is the lead exposure, and if possible, being able to move students and staff away from that area. Next, I would want to have the principal chair committee with staff members and community members of up to 10 individuals who will look at the process of what is next and to help kind of form almost like a public relations group that can make decisions and then can be talking to other staff members and other community members about what is being done, so that way it's not just my voice talking about what's happening, but also is the community discussing what is happening. Next, I want to work with the principal to find out and to better develop a process for work orders, preventative maintenance, and ongoing training for maintenance staff. Because based on the information that I have, it kind of implies that the maintenance staff wasn't doing their job. And if they were doing their job, then perhaps they have too much on their plate and we need to look at either hiring more or training better so that way we can put people in positions to be successful. Because a building in this much disrepair is unacceptable in all aspects of the word. I'd want to hold monthly meetings, one with the staff and one with the community members, to fill them in on what is happening to repair the school, and getting their input, sharing their next steps, hearing their concerns, because while I'll be looking at things from a bigger picture perspective, I still need to know what's happening within the classrooms. I need to know if certain classrooms aren't working for teachers, because in the survey it indicated that teachers felt that the classrooms were inadequate for their class sizes or for what was being performed in there, especially the science classes. I would want to look at HR to see if there was a way that we could beef up the sick days to help with the staff members that have been forced to miss school due to developing or continuing respiratory problems. And I would want to work with the principal to see about the facilities needed in order to meet the needs of teachers, if that's getting portables or if that is moving classrooms to other locations within the building, or seeing if there are other locations that we can house the classes in order to meet what's the needs of the classroom, and working while we are essentially fixing the school, if we need to redesign classrooms, doing that as well. And then I would want to work with the principal and HR to ensure that maintenance workers are qualified for the job. And if not, looking at what we can do when it comes to hiring and advertising in order to get people in the positions that will allow them to be successful. If that means better specifying what is going to be required, or a better evaluation process, or better trainings that can focus on the needs currently and not just taking somebody into a position because it was an open position. Because an unqualified person in a position, especially one of maintenance that works behind the scenes to establish the best of the school, is a bad fit. When it comes to Category 3, resolving the issue, my first concern is the safety of the students and staff. That's why the first thing I want to do is see what's been done recently on the building and then what needs to be done next. I want to secure the building from pests and then move on from there. Partially just because if a visitor comes into school and they can see cockroaches running down the floor, that isn't going to give them a positive vision of the school. Next, I want to work with the community and the staff in forming a steering committee on the different stages of repair, and then having the community meetings in order to keep everyone informed of the changes. This also gives some stewardship to the staff and the community in this renovation process. By having monthly meetings with the community and staff members, I am gathering their feedback and giving them more information about what's happening. You can answer their questions about why this isn't happening all at once. By working with the principal and HR on hiring and training, it's going to hopefully ensure that we're not going to be falling into the same state of disrepair. And in creating and updating a work order system and starting a preventative maintenance repair system where we can keep a closer eye on repairs and better be able to predict when something may fail so it doesn't become an enormous cost on the district. What I'm thinking, valuing, and feeling is I'm thinking, first of all, the school is in horrible condition, and that's unacceptable. I'm thinking that there must be something going on with how the repairs have been done in the past that wasn't working. And I'm concerned with the community's opinion. A school should be kind of a pillar within the community and not something that leads to so much frustration. I'm feeling frustration that the building was allowed to get into such disrepair. I'm saddened for the staff and that there is illness that was starting. And I'm concerned for the safety of all students and staff. I'm valuing the need for the school to be a safe place. I want the public's opinion on the repair or replacement of the school and their support. And I'm valuing the need to improve test scores, which means improving the conditions within the school so that students can learn and can be at school. The unresolved issues are, what are the repairs going to cost, and is that money in the budget? What's the time frame for completing the repairs, and are the individuals qualified to make the repairs in the community? I don't know yet if the test scores will improve, and what training opportunities are there for the staff and for the maintenance staff, and are there qualified people close by that can provide those trainings? And will teachers be patient with these changes, because it may require moving classrooms around, which is never a fun process. How am I using data to respond and communicate concerns? I'm concerned with the school testing data and how research indicates that indoor air quality can affect learning. So by securing the building and the HVA system can help us improve the air quality. I'm using community meetings to communicate the needs with the students and staff and the community about what we are doing to improve the classrooms. And then it mentioned in the information that the windows were in disrepair, so working to secure working to secure appropriate classrooms so that the classrooms will be able to meet the needs of the students so that they can learn and not have to worry about other conditions that are outside of their control. How am I using policies, laws, and regulations to bring about positive change? By working with HR on hiring, I'm going to be developing policies that are easily followed, that models consistency, that can carry over into the school day. So it's just that training component, making sure that everyone's on the same page. I'm going to work with the principal to ensure that the training needs are meant to meet all OSHA standards for safety. And with the windows not being able to be operated does present a concern about potentially not having a secondary exit out of the building. So working to make sure that that's taken care of. I'm going to continue to have open dialogue with decision makers by having the conversations with the staff, having meetings with them, finding out firsthand what are their primary concerns and how we can accommodate those, and having them as a part of the steering committee. Speaking of the steering committee, as having the steering committee discussing what's going well and what's not going well so that we can meet the needs of what they see as a problem. And then monthly meetings on community updates will help to keep the community informed. Thank you for watching.